Hello, today we're going to talk about how to solve for area using distributive property. This one is a question that actually asks you to choose an equation that can be used to solve for the area of this figure. They had this in their independent practice today. The correct answer is D. Both B and C are correct answers. I'm going to show you how we can solve for the area of this using distributive property. So we told scholars today that distributive property means we break down a number in order to solve it like in an easier way. So for example, I'm going to first count my rows and count my columns. So I have 5 rows. This would be labeled as my length. And I have 13 columns. So I will label this as my width. So remember that area equals length times width. And because my width is 13, doing 5 times 13 would be pretty tricky. So that's why we would use distributive property to break down the number. I like to break it down with my tens because solving for my multiples of 10 is really easy. So I'm going to break this down, and I'm going to break 13 down into 10. Count your count your columns again. So 10 and 3. These are my new widths because I broke down 13 into 10 and 3. So now I'm going to create my distributive property equation. I'm going to find the area of the first rectangle, and I add it to the area of the second rectangle. So that would be 5 times 3. 5 times 10, multiples of 10, that's easy, that's 50. And then 5 times 3 is 15. Then you add the area of this rectangle and this rectangle together, and you get 65 units squared. And so that's how we can use distributive property in order to solve for the area of a figure. Now we can look at the very last problem of their independent practice today. This one says use distributive property to determine the side lengths of this figure if the equation used to represent this figure is parentheses 9 times 2 plus parentheses 9 times 7. So we see here that 9 is distributed into both of these parentheses. So we know so that's how we know one of the side lengths is 9. The other two numbers are going to be your add-ins, which you add together. So 2 plus 7 is 9. That is going to be your other side length. So your other side length is 9. So then I drew a visual here to show that I'm breaking down both of the side lengths of top and bottom into 7 and 2, and when you add them back together you get 9. I hope this helps.